Hey everyone, welcome to another video review. This is the Transformers Legacy Evolution Voyager class, Dirge. You can see him there in front of the box. We'll go ahead and put him outside real quick. And yep, we're going to look at this box. But yeah, you got Dirge there in his alt mode and Legacy Evolution, Transformers and Generations and his name and Voyager class and all that stuff on the front. You have, of course, on top you have the Legacy Evolution and of course the tech spec QR code if you want that. You have on the side here, you got some nice robot mode shots. On this side, you have, of course, line-wide artwork and whatnot. On the bottom, you have, what's inside and paper-free packaging. And then also on the back, you have copyrights and warnings and a couple product shots. And weirdly enough, no Evo Fusion because, well, yeah, good luck with that one because this guy kind of predates that whole idea. And it also comes with the instructions, which are pretty straightforward because at this point, well, if you probably have at least one of this version of this mold somewhere in your collection if you collect Generations figures at all. So, Dirge. Yes, as you can see, this is the G1 Dirge, which is primarily black and blue with some bits of purple and white and gold. You can see getting up close. He's got a screaming face, which is like one of those things that people get upset with. But you got some, with gold and red there in the vents, shoulder vents. You have the, of course, the orange cockpit and the black, and blue there. You got the black and blue there. You got his black shoulder guns. And down here, you got some purple and red and gold and white there on the knees and more black. And got some gold, that goldish kind of color on the wings and some little Decepticon symbols there. And of course, you have his backpack, which is pretty much just the nose cone and a little bit of the, wing stuff again. And there you go. He's pretty much like every other Seeker, although, Conehead, whatever. Who cares? Yeah, we reviewed this multiple times now, or essentially this full multiple times. And at this point, my plan is to basically review the Ramjet whenever it comes out as an individual. Apparently, there is some minor differences between this one and the 2-pack, Amazon exclusive 2-pack that came out a little bit ago. I believe it's the wings. They're like rather than painted plastic, it's colored plastic, so it's like less prone to chipping, particularly when transforming him. So I guess there's that. But overall, yeah, it's a Seeker. It looks right. I've one other Dirge at all, and it's a third-party one, but the colors look pretty much right. Yeah. I wasn't going to get the Coneheads, but at this point, well, I'm pretty much now 5 deep. I might as well get the final one, Ramjet, whenever he comes out. Of course, I have a G2 Ramjet, but I want, the G1 so I can have the full set. Because I'm not going after the Ion Storm or whatever guys, or Sunstorm, and those guys are just D-list characters who, at best, who cares? I don't. Someone does, but I don't. But anyway, yeah, it's the Earthrise Seeker mold. We've been here before. It's a decent mold for what it is. Got some drawbacks, but looks good. Looks very G1-esque. I like it, but at this point, there's not really much else to say, other than I do like how they handled the wings, considering, how different they are from the standard. But you get some display options. You can adjust the wings kind of back if you want to take up more shelf space or whatever, or forward. You can adjust how these look if you want. You can have them down or up, whatever angle you want those at. You got some options, and of course you got these, and you can take them off the shoulder if you want and plug them in the hand instead. You can do that. But yeah, trying to remember. So was Dirge the one that sounded like this, or was that round? Was it got a very low gravelly voice, or was that Ramjet? I don't remember which one, because kind of. Of course, I wasn't really sure it was consistent. But anyway, it's an Earthrise Seeker. You know what you're getting at this point. So posability is also the same. Ball jointed head, so left and right, up and down, bit of waggle here and there. Perma screaming face. Shoulders can do a full 360, although the backpack stuff can get away. Not as bad as some of the other Seekers. You got outward that far. Of course, you have the bicep swivel right there. You have an elbow, which goes more than 90 degrees. No wrist joint, but you can, no wrist swivel, but you can do that, I guess, which might be helpful in some degree. No waist swivel, not surprising. There's a hip skirt, though, but no, that's for the hips, which, go forward that far and back that far, and outward they go that far, and you got a thigh swivel, and you got knee bend, which is 90 degrees, and down here at the ankles you have a tilt, and the toe and heel can both go down a bit. So yeah, that's your posability, and that's Dirge's robot mode in a nutshell. Because quick comparisons, not going to get all of them yet. When Ramjet comes out, sure, I'll do the whole set, but not this time. Of course, here's Starscream. This is a Coronation set version, but just a slightly modified Earthrise. See that? Here's his fellow Conehead Thrust. And because, again, line standard and all that stuff, here's Optimus Prime, just for the sake of, Earthrise Optimus Prime, just for the sake of, you know, if you need that for standardization. There you go, that's the comparison. So we'll get to the transformation real quick, which of course is pretty much the same as every other Seeker. So first you start off with, you know, getting those guns out of the way, take the nose cone and bring it up over the head and tab it into place. Go ahead and take the fists and rotate them up on the top of the forearm. You open this up, which thankfully this one's not as tight as all the other ones. And you collapse the forearm into there, make sure that little tab goes into that slot and close that up like so. Same thing on this side, right? Rotate the fist up, open that up, collapse the forearm in, or collapse that in, the arm up, close that up, and that's that thing. Take the torso, you go ahead and unclip and separate like that. Take the nose cone, you bring it up, rotate it around right here on that, and then bring this back and around and clip that into place. Take the arms and you fold them in like so, and you collapse the torso back up and just clip that all in. Hopefully it actually clips in, and because this is one part that's always been incredibly inconsistent on every copy I have of a Seeker. Anyway, you take this piece and you fold that up, just get out of the way for a bit. That's just the normal Seekers. That's the normal Seekers, so never mind. Yeah. Anyway, you should come down here and you close with the feet like so. You go ahead and at this point you can tab them together. You can open this up right here, collapse the legs up like that, close this up. This right here, there's tabs back here, so go in like that. And then make sure these wings are straight, you know, and the legs are straight, and then take these ones and they will collapse up like this, and then come down and kind of tab in on the sides right there. Tab in on the sides right there and tab in. And finally, of course, you take the guns and they will plug in on the bottom of the wings right there, if I can actually manage it. They'll plug in the bottom of the wings like so. And like so. And there you go. There's your Dirge in jet mode. And yeah, Dirge here, again, very unique alt mode. And got the kind of unusual wings, you know, no tail fins. They just kind of have this swept up stuff on the sides there. Kind of, yeah, again, unusual wing design, but, you know, it's kind of part of what Coneheads was appealing with, just, you know, weird different wings and stuff. You know, it's pretty good looking, you know, still nice shade of blue there, nice gold, you know, again, big old Decepticon symbols. You got the kind of weird thrusters now on the back. Not really thrusters like we normally see them, but whatever. They got some venting details, so close enough. Yeah, you still, of course, still got pretty much the body just hanging out underneath. No landing gear to speak of as usual. No Tamashii stage port or anything, just kind of, yep. It's a decent looking jet. Looks pretty good. Clearly somewhat based off an F-15, but, you know, heavily modified. But, yeah. It's one of those things, at this point, you know what you're getting with Dirge and whatnot. So, yep. Looks good, but, yeah, I've spoken about the Seekers before. I'm just surprised there's not severe mold degradation at this point, considering how many there already been. Of course, not as bad as the Classics. There's, what, 31 of those or something like that? So, you know, that mold, so whatever. We're not there yet, but yeah. It's a good looking jet. It looks like Dirge. If you like Dirge, you'll like this probably. So anyway, which way, comparisons, again. Here he is with the Coronation Starscream. You know, you can see that. You can see the differences between, you know, Dirge, you know, a normal Seeker. Same base body, but different wings, as per usual. Here he is with Thrust. Again, same body, but, you know, very different wings. I still prefer Thrust. Of all the Coneheads, I think Thrust looks the best. But yeah, see that? You know, different. They sit a little differently because of their kneecaps and no landing gear, but, you know, there's that. And of course, here's Earthrise Optimus again, just for scale's sake. Again, alt mode scale is completely whack here, so there you go. So that is Legacy Evolution Dirge. Yep, it's another iteration of the Seeker mold. At this point, I'm pretty sure most of you know whether or not you like this mold or not. And if you do like this mold, you're probably going to try to get this one if you don't already have the 2-pack. If you do already have the 2-pack, there might still be a good reason to get this one, just because the running change of how they did the wings, or I believe it was the wings. I want to say it was the wings. There was some part was painted on the Amazon 2-pack, and it's not painted here, and that makes it so you don't have the risk chipping paint when transforming it. So I don't remember which part it is, but I believe it's the wings. Don't quote me though. Yeah, so it's, still, I think, a good solid Voyager mold, but, not much I can else to say. It's Dirge. They made some changes. It transforms a tiny bit differently, but it's at the core the same basic robot. And he's also got a screaming face, which might upset some people, but yeah, make the same face. But at this point, I'm just hoping for Ramjet, G1 Ramjet. I got the G2, but it doesn't match with the rest of them, so gotta get the G1 one so I can have the complete set, I guess. Because again, I don't really count the Rainmakers or whatever. I don't care about those. I'm not getting to sell. So, there you go. On this, I hope. Anyway, so I hope this was informative and entertaining. Hope you like, comment, subscribe. Check out my Twitter. I'm at Nemesis Prime 1. Check out my co-host, co-host.org/Nemesis-Prime. Check out my Mastodon. I'm at Nemesis Prime 1 at Mastodon.social. Check out my Coffee, my Patreon. And I shall see you next time with another video review.